this time of year, the days are shorter, there's not as much sunlight, it's cold outside. It can be really difficult to stay motivated and to be mindful.
So joining us today with a couple of realistic tips to keep your energy up, even through these dark winter months, is yoga instructor Annie Marlenga. Annie, welcome back to the show.
Thanks for having me.
Good to see you.
You too.
So what is it about winter?
Yeah, those days are shorter. It's so dark, gray, cold outside that it kind of affects our mood, and we notice that, but sometimes we, instead of leaning into it, kind of fight against it. So it's a really good opportunity to sort of settle into the moment and think about what you might need that's different for your well-being in the winter.
So how do you lean into winter?
Yeah, so there's a couple of different things you can do in terms of mindfulness, and I think a lot of times people think of mindfulness as like meditating on a cushion in silence for an hour each day, and it's really much more simple. It's just bringing awareness to the present moment. So in the winter specifically, people can think about what's different about that season and really reflect on those shorter daylight hours instead of kind of the productivity guilt that we often feel in having to get those big to-do lists done. With our shorter days, what do we need to be a little bit more gentle with ourselves in terms of our well-being to support those shorter winter days?
I think as we as a culture have a hard time just going, okay, I can just chill right now. I'm just going to sit, not look at my phone. You call it mindfulness. I call it just relaxing.
Disconnecting,
right? Yeah,
maybe.
Disconnecting.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's a couple things you can do instead of scrolling, which is not as productive.
No.
And I do it too, believe me. There's a couple things that you can do that are really, really simple and don't have to be complicated. So number one is breathing. A lot of times when we're cold in the winter months, or we're stressed, or there's a lot going on in our lives or in our world, just simply breathing. Whether that's a couple big deep breaths, or my favorite thing to do is called boxed breathing, where you inhale and count to 4, hold at the top for 4, exhale, count to 4, and hold for 4. If you do it for 2 minutes in the morning, it's amazing how much it can reset your nervous system. And then another thing you can kind of do that in terms of mindfulness is to take a second, again, 2 minutes, to notice what's around you. If you can get out of the spiral of your brain and think about 3 things that you can see in your awareness, 3 things that you can hear, and 3 things that you can feel, suddenly your nervous system shifts quite a bit, and again, in just 2 minutes.
Isn't it crazy how the mind affects the nervous system
100%.
like so much, like that you can, I mean, it almost feels like you're tricking.
Yeah,
a little bit.
It's right. Yeah, it's right, because we get trapped in thoughts or in what we're seeing on our phones. And if we can bring ourselves back to what's happening right now in this moment, our brains really reset in just a few seconds.
You like to look at like winter routines and kind of giving yourself a little bit of grace with your winter routine. What do you think when you have that in mind and when you're telling people about this?
I think grace, and also like comfort, and feeling like winter is a little bit cozier and a way to do something a little different. So for me personally, I love to do more yoga in the winter. It feels warmer and cozier, and nothing wild, not a hour-long hot yoga practice every day, just a few minutes of stretching in the evening. I tend to have more time in the winter to do that. It tends to feel darker and cozier and warmer. On the flip side, something I love to do is puzzles in the winter. I strictly allow myself only to do them in the winter as a way to look forward to something.
Yeah, to save it.
Yeah, and then it's like, instead of dreading the winter, I'm like, well, there is something fun I get to do.
Is your puzzle like a lake without ice on it?
Yes.
We all dream.
My dream, yes.
Like...
Yes, absolutely. I'm visualizing that while I'm puzzling.
I just read a study the other day about the effectiveness of daydreaming, and again goes back to the getting off your phone thing. That doing that is so good for you in ways that you just have no idea.
But it's funny because in school growing up, the teacher would yell at you for daydreaming.
Right.
And now as an adult, we're telling you to do it.
Now we call it visualization, which is way better.
So you have tell us about the yoga retreat that you have.
Yeah, I have an online yoga challenge, which I'm trying not to call a challenge, because in January, we all sign up for these challenges. We all end up not finishing them. I mean, it's mid-January, so we're all failing already at those things. So in February, instead, shorter month, much more doable. If you sign up for just $14, I'll send you an email each day with a short simple, gentle yoga practice. 10 minutes a day to just be at home. You don't need any special equipment or props or expertise. And the idea is by doing that each day, building that into your winter routine, hopefully by the time spring hits, you realize how good that felt. And so that it's now already into your routine, something that you want to do a little bit more. I notice a lot of times when I teach yoga, people say, that felt so good. I don't know why I don't do that more often. Yeah. So in a way to encourage you to do it a little bit more often.
They can do it at home too, and not, because I know people are like, I don't want to be the person in yoga class who doesn't know what they're doing.
Yes, absolutely.
Well, I also like that it's a 10-minute,
Right.
like a 10-minute yoga session. It's manageable to do. It doesn't feel overwhelming.
Yep. And on those snowy days, those dark mornings, we don't want to leave the house. It's something just doable.
I like that you also talk about some other routines that people can practice, like being kind to themselves.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's really simple. So an idea of a winter morning with mindfulness could even look like 2 minutes of that breathing in the morning, literally breathing. 2 minutes, box breathing, or just big deep breaths if that's too much. In the middle of the day, think about that awareness. What can I see? What can I hear? What can I feel? 2 minutes to kind of reset for the afternoon. And then a couple minutes of stretching in the evening can feel really good. Again, it's really gentle, low expectations, low lift. We're not expecting anything huge, but the consistency instead of intensity, where you do something small every day, can make a big difference. There's a lot going on in the winter, especially in a place like Minnesota. There's a lot going on in our state and our world. So if we can kind of just tap in to the present moment, it can do a world of difference for our well-being.
Agree.
I like it. Can I ask you a question about yoga?
Yeah.
Should it ever hurt?
No. Okay. I always say, if it hurts, just back off. No.
Sometimes the positions, I'm like, oh.
It's a great question. I always say that there should be a balance, right, between comfort, like it shouldn't be the most comfortable thing in the world, and pain. There's like a sweet spot right in the middle between like effort and ease. Okay. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you're pushing, but if you push too hard, you have to back off a little bit.
Okay.
Don't overdo it, Meg.
Don't overdo it.
I have to do it to overdo it. I need to do some breathing and then do it.
Showed that graphic of that lady with her back all bent out like that, and I was like,
that was Annie.
Is that you?
Yeah.
Oh my, that's
well,
you.
That's
right
not
there?
Annie. No, there was
That's
another
what I was
one.
talking about. Well, anyway,
okay. This one.
Yeah, I would be in a lot of pain for that. But Annie, thank you. Good to see you again.
You too.
If you'd like to connect with Annie or sign up for that February yoga challenge, you can just head to minnesotalive.com.